Good afternoon. My name is Clifford Scott from the Community Development Department. We're here today to discuss the public notice and the public hearing for the Department of Community Development, City of Niagara Falls. I will read the public notice. We will take public comments, and at the appropriate time, 1 hour, we will close the hearing. Background. The City of Niagara Falls is proposing amendments to its 2020-2024 Consolidated Plan and 2020 Annual Action Plan that cover the use of Community Development Block Grant Funds, Home Investment Partnership Program Funds, and Emergency Solutions Grant Fund received from the city, by the city from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. This public notice will address the reprogramming of community development block grant funds and also address the impacts of the COVID-19 virus. Substantial amendment to the 2020-2024 Consolidated Plan. Notice is hereby given that the city proposes a substantial amendment of its HUD 2020 to 2024 Consolidated Plan. The 2020-2024 plan includes a public space improvement goal, and given the increasing need to stabilize target neighborhoods, remove dangerous and blighted influences, and improve transportation safety in low to moderate income areas, targeted blight elimination activities are re-emphasized in the public improvement plan. This proposed substantial amendment is subject to a public comment period, public hearing, as detailed in this notice. Substantial amendment to the 2020 Annual Action Plan. Notice is hereby given that the city proposes a substantial amendment of its HUD 2020 Annual Action Plan to reprogram unused CDBG funds from the accounts below to be used in fiscal year 2020 to 2021. The funds targeted for reprogramming consist of unused funds balances for programs that no longer exist or funds that are unlikely to be used in a timely manner. If these funds are not expended, the city's federal grant allocations will be at risk of recapture by HUD. Funds will be allocated for activities that will allow for timely expenditures. In accordance with the Consolidated Plan requirements at 24 CFR Part 9, 91, Subpart B, and the City of Niagara Falls Citizen Participation Plan, the city has posted the changes to the Annual Action Plan through this reprogramming amendment in order to provide opportunity for public comment. A summary of the proposed reprogramming is as follows. Prior year funding line items to be reprogrammed. 2015 reprogramming ITIS number 1791 commercial facade in the amount of $10,000. 2016 reprogramming ITIS number 1764 park improvements for $39,996.32. 2018 reprogramming ITIS number 1949 community development program supplies in the amount of $49,333. 2018 reprogramming ITIS number 1954 community development supplies rehabilitation in the amount of $24,500. The Community Development Department also wishes to decrease our 2020 budgeted amount for road milling and paving to $68,175.68. The total reductions in CDBG allocations for reprogramming totals $195,005. We would like to propose to the City Council and the Mayor to add funding for clean neighborhoods in the 2020 program in the amount of $180. We would also like to add $12,005 to the code enforcement program in the 2020 year. The total CDBG funding being reprogrammed is $192,005. Requests for additional information regarding the reprogramming should be submitted by email to Clifford Scott, myself. This proposed substantial amendment is subject to a public comment period and public hearing as detailed below. The city is also looking to reprogram CARES Act supplemental CDBG funds in the amount of $25,000. Notice is hereby given that the City of Niagara Falls proposes to reprogram supplemental Community Development Block Grant CARES Act funds awarded under the CARES Act to prevent, prepare for, and respond to the COVID-19 crisis. The city is proposing to use this funding to implement activities in the following categories in an attempt to reduce health disparities in underserved census tracts. The following CARES Act funds being proposed for reprogramming is as follows. 2019 COVID-19 testing for NFMMC in the amount of $25,000 is being taken from the Community Development Department wishes to reprogram $25,000 to reduce health disparities in underserved census tracts to the organization Create a Healthier Niagara Falls Collaborative Incorporated. Again, requests for public comment regarding the CARES Act funding should be submitted by email to Clifford Scott. This proposed substantial amendment is subject to public comment period and public hearing. A public comment period on the substantial amendments to the 2020-2024 Consolidated Plan and the 2020 Action Plan and CARES Act Supplemental CDBG funding opened on September 3rd. Public comments must be received in writing on or before October 4th. Written comments may be submitted in person or by mail addressed to City of Niagara Falls, Department of Community Development, 1022 Main Street, Niagara Falls, New York, 14302. Again, all written comments may be submitted by email addressed to Clifford Scott. All comments will be presented to the City Council prior to its consideration of resolutions to submit the amendments to HUD on this substantial reprogramming. As we're here today, the City Council will hold a public hearing on October 4th at 5 p.m. The in-person hearing will be held at City Hall, City Council chambers, as well as a public hearing will be available on the YouTube channel Rich Moranto City of Niagara Falls Schools. Public comment to be read during the public hearing may be substituted in advance of the hearing to Clifford Scott, myself. Every effort will be made to respond to public comments, suggestions, and questions during the hearing. All subsequent responses will be posted at the following website: https nf.cd.org/news. Again, all public comments will be presented to the City Council before a vote on substantial amendments to the 2020-2024 Consolidated Plan and 2020 Annual Action Plan. The substantial amendments must be approved by City Council before they can take effect. We will wait for any public comments. Thank you. This concludes the October 4th public hearing for the City of Niagara Falls Community Development Department. Again, if you'd like to send any follow-up questions, comments, or concerns to Clifford Scott, feel free to do so. All comments, questions, concerns will be submitted to the Niagara Falls City Council prior to a vote on the substantial amendments. Thank you. Have a good night.